I'm going to put on my hat before we even did the countdown. But you know what? It's all right. It's all right. Welcome in, everyone. We'll keep that. That's the intro. We'll keep that. Hello, hi, everyone. Welcome in.
Hi.
I I hope everyone enjoyed the first episode back.
Yeah, indeed.
I
It was fun making it.
it was like we sat here for like 2 hours plus yesterday, or I mean last week. Every time, every time, every time. I can't hide anything.
Yeah,
Why am I like this?
shame. Just the shame.
I don't mean to, man. Whatever. Hello, I'm Keith.
I'm Jack. So
Off to a brilliant start.
always.
But welcome in. This is episode 100 of
Woo-hoo.
Hey the Planet. Let's go. Let's go, baby.
Second episode back, and we're hitting triple digits.
It's crazy how that works, isn't it?
Yeah, right.
It's like we
We
did
were
a
that close before,
it's like we did a podcast a few years back and brought it back and we were already right there.
like we had a head start or something.
A long head start that started in 2019.
Yeah, yeah,
Can you believe that this has actually been a thing since 2019? Like this is pre-pandemic stuff. And
yeah.
now we're back at
Almost
it
like
again.
uh, almost like SpongeBob, where it's like 6 years later.
Literally. Like not even kidding. I wish that was kind of a joke, but it really has been a while. And hell, 2.5 years. Yeah, actually
Yeah,
I just saw um looking up the days how long it was. It was 2 years, 6 months and 10 days.
wow.
So about almost 3 years actually, cuz our last episode that was under the Save the Planet name was uploaded April 4th of 2023.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's been a minute.
It really has.
Well, welcome
Until
and
last week.
or yesterday if you hear it from me. Welcome into episode
Uh,
100. Thank you so much for keeping with us and tuning in to this episode. J-Bomb, how you doing?
I'm great.
That's good.
Just a little nervous about work tomorrow, but I'm
Oh,
good.
really? What's going on?
Um, I've done this like I've been doing pest control for like 17 years, and I've never had to do this, but apparently, a representative from the Department of Agriculture contacted my company, and they want to ride with one of their pest control guys to kind of just watch every move he makes and inspect his truck and make sure he's doing everything properly. And I get to be the guy to do that tomorrow.
Fantastic.
No, it's not.
Absolutely not. That sounds horrible. Why all of a sudden they're wanting to do this?
I mean, it happens with companies. Usually, the Department of Agriculture just pulls you over at a stop and says, "Hey, I'm with the Department of Agriculture, and I'm going to walk with you through this stop."
Yeah, what
But this guy,
with?
this guy was nice enough to call the boss and be like, "Yeah, I'm going to one of your guys." So,
Well, at least he was nice about it.
yeah, well, they always pick me for this. Uh, I'm actually about to take the test to get my commercial license, which means I can run my own company after that.
Ooh.
So yeah, I guess the boss, because of that, the boss is just throwing everything at me.
Hey, you want to run KJX3 Incorporated?
It involves killing bugs.
Okay, it's video entertainment and stuff. But if you can run your own business, I mean,
Yeah,
let's start a
yeah,
business here, my guy.
yeah.
I'm keeping that name
We
though.
we we could make radio shows about killing bugs.
I don't think it's that interesting.
It can be.
I mean, I guess, but it just doesn't. Doesn't sound that interesting.
It's more horror movie kind of stuff if it gets entertaining. It's yeah, roaches falling from the ceiling, rats running around.
Anyways, I now
Mm.
why you have had your job for so long. Yo,
I always say I believe that's why Donna got with me is because she's terrified of bugs. So she's like, this dude kills bugs. Yeah, I'll get with him.
hey, he seems nice. Yeah. Oh, he
Yeah,
killed bugs. Well,
I'm gonna marry that man.
oh, he got a spider. Oh, come here, baby.
Yeah, right.
What
It turned around bitter in the ass though, because like we get spiders here, and I'm like, I'm not on the clock.
kind of ironic how that works.
Yeah, yeah. It's the same as like contractors don't work on their own houses. The pest control guys don't spray their own houses.
Hell, I wish I didn't do my own videos whenever I'm not at work, but here I am.
Yeah,
Not
you
how it
must enjoy it.
Yeah, I do. But that's not how that works here. We got to do our own stuff and do it off the clock.
Right.
What's the worst bug or what's the creepiest or weirdest bug you've killed?
I mean, anytime I have to deal with roaches or bed bugs, that's always going to be the winner. When you go into places and roaches are falling from the ceiling, and that's the smell and everything just mixed in with everything. It's horror movie quality.
I don't even want to think about the smell.
Oh, it's bad.
That grosses me out just thinking about.
Yeah, because roaches have their own smell.
Oh no.
Yeah, they actually release a toxin from their body, and you can smell it.
What's it smell like? Because I know you smelled it.
It's kind of hard to describe. That's the way I can kind of describe it. Would be like a mixture of like mildew and maybe like rotted meat.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, good mixture.
As my mom used to say, gag a maggot on a gut wagon.
That's right.
God, I can't. Ew.
It's a rough smell. It is, and it's actually it cause health problems. That's the biggest problem with
Yeah,
roaches.
I'm not surprised one bit it could cause health problems. That's not something you generally should be smelling.
Yeah, it causes respiratory infections. If you have asthma, it'll really mess you up.
I can see that for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, roaches ain't fun, man.
Yowza. Ugh.
Yeah.
All right.
You want to stay at the news station, right?
I would, yeah.
Yeah.
Sitting and making videos and putting stuff on TV and stuff is actually a lot better than, dealing with bugs.
Right. Yeah.
Sounds
Should have went to college.
Well, I went to college.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Yeah.
On another note, J-Bomb, we're getting close to your favorite holiday.
Indeed. It is upon us. The time of year that I actually enjoy stuff.
It's the 21st right now.
10 days.
10 days.
Of
10
course,
days.
in my house, dude, October and September is Halloween. The whole house is decorated all month.
So we
We're
talked
watching spooky movies and all that.
movies. We talked about it last week.
Yes.
You're doing your top 13, right? You've already got 3 up there.
Yep. And I've got the list right here.
I think I confused them for a second.
Yeah, you confused me for a second too. I was like,
No, that's what I said. I said, "I thought I could you for a second." Peter's like, "I don't have anything." No, Sherlock.
Mate, you fuck up too.
Yeah, and
What
the
the
worst part
fuck
is
is
I fucked
soda?
up first.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but guess who has the power to edit this together to maybe I didn't? We sat here for like 2 hours plus last week. Every time.
Mm, that would be you. I ain't doing it.
All right, just tell what was the first. Well, okay, let's just get into it. You wanted to this week do the first half of your 13 list.
Yep.
Very
And
curious. So go ahead and go because you at this point you would have already shared your top three or your first three. So just
mhm.
quickly describe them and then go into more detail for the rest of them. And then next week we'll talk about the second half, which 13. So just how many do you want to do? Like 6, 7?
I was gonna do 6 today.
Okay, and then save the other 7 for next week.
Yeah. And mainly because like the first 4 or 5 are more of the fun kind of Halloween
Ah, okay.
things.
All right.
And then as my list gets closer to one, it gets more and more serious.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, kind of some of the stuff that I'd watch with the kids and stuff like that to kind of move into the spooky season, and then going straight out to the walls, scary. You know?
Sounds good to me. Well, I'm gonna let you take it. This is first 13 through 7. I think
Yeah,
it's
and I decided I talked with Donna about my idea too, and she thinks it's a good idea. We talked on the last episode about how the countdown got really repetitive.
yeah.
Um, I've decided I'm just going to start doing this every year. I'll do 13 every year, and I'm not going to allow myself to use the same 13 as I did the year before.
Oh, okay. I like that idea.
Yeah, yeah, break out, and get original.
Well, then, my
Uh,
friend, you go right on ahead. The floor is yours.
all right. Well, the first one I have for number 13. Uh, I'm not sure if you've seen this one. If you haven't, it's a good one. It's called Dylan Dog Dead of Night. You ever heard that one?
No, never.
It actually has a Kurt Angle is in this movie to bring in a wrestler for you.
Huh.
Uh, yeah, Kurt Angle plays a werewolf in this movie. But basically, it's Brandon Routh who played Superman years ago. I can't remember which Superman that was. Um, can you hear my dog barking?
Yeah, I kind of can. What's going on with him?
Can you? He's in the back room trying to get in the house. He's becoming.
It's all right.
He'll be all right. But anyway, Dylan Dog. It's basically it takes place in New Orleans. The guy used to be a investigator for the paranormal, so he worked for vampires and werewolves and zombies and all that stuff. And he has a falling out with the vampires and kind of just drifts off into nothingness. But he gets pulled back in, and it's a perfect mixture of horror and comedy
Hmm.
because like his best friend gets attacked by a zombie, so his best friend becomes a zombie. And like he goes to the morgue to pick up his friend. His friend sits up and he ain't got no arm, and he's freaking out about it and talking about how he needs some vitamins and stuff. He needs something to help his skin complexion. And so for like the next hour of the movie, he's trying to explain to his friend, dude, there's nothing you can do. You're rotting. You're falling apart. And his friend is in a complete panic about it. So, but
What's
yeah, it's a cool movie. It's just fun.
what's wrong with not having arms?
Yeah, yeah. It's just fun. Like he has to go to zombie support groups. There's all these zombies sitting around talking about how they have to trade parts of their body for new parts because they're falling apart. But yeah, it's just a fun movie. It was one of those cult classics. It didn't start out, it didn't really get hardly any money in the box office. But the longer it's out, the more it's becoming a cult classic.
Good.
So yeah, it's definitely one to check out. It's fun, and even though I like wrestling from time to time, Kurt Angle is such a bad actor.
Well, that's not a shock. He's
He is.
a wrestler. He didn't act.
Yeah.
And whenever he was
Yeah.
acting in wrestling, it was bad.
Yeah. Kurt's horrible.
You be nice to an old.
I'm gonna have to holler at Donna for a second. Donna, can you let Baron in? She said, "Him." Huh? He's at the back door. He's just barking really loud, and I can hear him.
He's at the front door. Well, yeah, he's at the front door. I'm at the back door.
She said, "Him. He's your dog."
Oh,
I told you he's being an ass, man.
that was so funny.
Now on to number 12 was Tucker and Dale versus Evil. I think we talked about this one before.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember us talking about this one?
Vaguely, but yes, I do. Yes, I do.
It's basically two rednecks in West Virginia mountains.
Yeah. I remember.
Yeah, a bunch of college kids go camping out there, and they think that the rednecks are like psychotic and trying to kill them, but they're not. And like all these college kids end up accidentally killing themselves, but it looks like murders.
Oh
So
God.
the longer the movie goes, like the less college kids you have, but they're swearing that these rednecks are the ones wiping them out, and that's just not the case. It's a fun movie. So yeah, that definitely had to be in my first time list of my own. And then next up, it's not really just a movie in general. It's just a group of characters, honestly. And I got to give the Adams Family.
Okay.
Whether you're watching the new Wednesday series or you're watching the '90s movies, which are my favorites. The '90s movies were great, or even the 2000s animated movies or the old black and white TV series. You know, hardly anything gets you in the mood for Halloween more than the Adams Family.
I 100% agree.
Yeah, and like I said, though, the '90s movies were my favorites. Raul Julia as Gomez was just the best.
Now,
They had the best cast
there
back
a
then.
2000s TV show, or am I thinking something else? I don't know. It was in color.
No, I think there was a 2000s TV show for a few years.
Yeah, because I remember that as a kid growing up. Like I remember the movies, but I feel like they spun off into a TV show for a little bit there after the movies.
Yeah, they did.
I don't think
that was kind of it. That was in between the '90s movies and the 2000s cartoons, I believe.
Yeah, I don't think they were good, but I vaguely remember a show or something like that.
Yeah, but I mean that just goes to show you, pretty much for the past 50 years, there's been some version of the Adams Family in generations of movies and TV shows. So yeah, the Adams Family is just something that is always associated with Halloween and spooky season, and they definitely deserve their credit.
Oh, for sure.
Especially if you watch the new series, the Wednesday series is very good.
Still haven't seen it yet. I don't watch a lot of Netflix.
It was good though. Like season 2 just ended a few months back, and I was really impressed with both seasons 1 and 2. Like they have their little homages to the original movies and shows, but they also kind of make it their own. Of course, Tim Burton, making all his spooky dark shit anyway.
Of course.
If Tim Burton's running it, most time it's good.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would be my 13 through 11. So we got what? 3 more.
Yeah.
Next up would be next up would not also I'm kind of the same with Adam's Family, not just centered on one movie or anything, but it'd be Beetlejuice. Whether the 2 Beetlejuice movies or the old '90s cartoon, or just anything, Beetlejuice is as another one of those that through the generations has always managed to hang on.
Yeah.
And be a classic. Like if you find somebody that don't like the original Beetlejuice movies, I don't know what's wrong with that person.
At least the first one.
Mm-hmm.
That first one's a true classic.
Yeah, the first one's amazing. The second one, yeah,
Yeah, I've heard
the
of
the
Spider
second,
Man.
yeah. I mean, it wasn't like epic. It was worth watching. It's one that me and the kids, since it came out, we do watch it every year. We'll watch both of them, in one night. So it's become a tradition too. And
Is
then
it
I remember being a kid in the '90s, remembering the little cartoon. And the cartoon was something else. Of course, it was '90s cartoons, and '90s cartoons were crazy.
best time for cartoons other than the golden age of cartoons back in the 40s?
That's true. That's very true.
Now,
The
do you
'90s had some wicked stuff.
do is the second Beetlejuice movie kind of like good nostalgia bait, like nostalgia movie if you've watched and grew up with the first one, and it's kind of like not that
Definitely.
great if it was by itself?
It's full of a lot of nostalgia,
Hmm.
but it definitely has a storyline that holds on its own. Um, they still bring in some of those original characters, but the main part of the story is mainly revolving around the same thing from the first, Beetlejuice and Lydia.
Yeah.
Now Lydia has a daughter, and Beetlejuice is still sitting over there in the afterlife wanting to marry Lydia and trying to figure out ways to do it. But then they tie in other things. Do what?
Trying to Lydia. Said
He did it. He, he he said a cuss word. I'm not sure if I'm comfortable on this show anymore.
Are you serious?
No.
Okay, good.
So yeah, next up would be it's a classic, even though this is definitely one I don't watch with the kids, uh, just because it does have some adult content, so to speak. But Trick or Treat, Trick or Treat became one of those cult classics that wasn't popular when it came out. But then the character Sam, of course, you see Sam everywhere. The cute little kid with the bag on his head with the pumpkin lollipop.
I don't even know the
You know,
movie very well, and I love that character.
yeah. And the thing is, Sam is maybe in that movie for about 15 minutes.
Such
Um,
an iconic character for so little time.
well, Trick or Treat is basically almost like the old Tales from the Crypts and Creep Show and stuff. Um, Trick or Treat tells, I think it's like 5 or 6 different stories about different people in this town,
Hmm.
and the way the stories are put together, they all end up kind of colliding um, in the end, in the final story. But yeah, it's really cool how it's put together. I mean, one of the stories you deal with a coven of werewolves, well, a pack of werewolves, and they're all these beautiful women that you think that are just young high school or college girls that are you know pretty much going to be the victims, and they turn out to be a damn pack of werewolves. you know,
Int-
um, do what?
I said interesting.
Yeah. And then you got a story of a bunch of kids, and the parents were stressed over them and stuff, but somehow they ended up talking the bus driver into driving the bus into a damn lake and killing all the kids. And the kids start to come you know back to avenge their murders and stuff. So yeah, there's a whole lot to Trick or Treat, and it's a really good mixture of fun, not much comedy, but it's just a fun movie.
Yeah. You know what else is a
It,
fun comedy?
what?
This upcoming bit.
All right. Well, the last one I'll end with on this episode moves from the fun and entertaining to the just dark and brutal. And I'm gonna go with the Purge franchise. Uh,
I'd like
the Purge is more of your
20
do
minutes.
what?
I said I'd like the
Do
purge
what?
last 5, 10, 20 minutes.
But no, the Purge movies. Have you ever seen the Purge? Any of them?
No.
No. But basically, the Purge is it does get to be a kind of political movie the more of them they make. But basically, the United States once a year for 12 hours, everything's legal, including murder, whatever. Um, political figures can't be harmed, but the whole world can just run around and kill each other. And the movies get really twisted, but they end up having a lot of meaning to them. The
I
third one's probably the best one.
Purge is stupid, so I never really paid attention to the movies.
Oh, really? I
Yeah,
like The Purge.
I don't like the idea of the Purge. I think it's just a stupid, terribly unrealistic idea, and I just don't want to watch it. It's just not something that interests me, honestly. There might be
Well, I mean,
movies. I'm just like, not for me. I don't care. Stupid.
like the first one's probably really the best. The third one I liked because it had good actors and it had a good story. But really, the first one's probably the best, which is just a family that the dad creates security systems for the purge, and it's about him and his family locking down and staying hunkered down for the purge, and you know, but then their kid lets in a guy that's being chased, and that's when everything goes to.
Hmm.
But they're cool movies. They're interesting.
Interesting's probably the best thing you could say about them.
Yeah, but I mean, for me, it's them running around in the masks, and it's basically like watching Scream, except everybody's Ghostface. Um, so it does definitely throw off Halloween vibes with all the creepy masks and all that. So
I
yeah, that's why I would put it in this countdown for this year.
All right. Well, that's your top. That's your first six, 13 through 7.
Yeah,
Or would that be 13 through 8? 13 through 8, I think.
that'd be 13 through 8. Yeah,
Yeah,
13
13 through
through
8.
8.
So next week, we'll get the top 7 of J Bomb's self Halloween countdown. First of its kind.
Yeah, first one, yay!
Let's go.
Like I said, I think it's really just because the original countdown got so repetitive, nobody wanted to do it anymore. We already knew who's going to win.
Yeah.
I might as well just make it interesting. Yeah.
You should honestly have like a last poll that says, who's the ultimate like Halloween character, Jason or Mike Myers, and be like, all right, it's up one day only. Put it up one day for Halloween and see how many votes you can get. And that's your last poll you'll ever do ever. Who actually is like the most famous one? But do the rest of them yourself. Do the rest of the countdowns your own stuff.
Who's the king of Halloween?
Yeah. Just do like the ultimate king of Halloween. Let's decide it once and for all on Halloween.
All right. Thing is, if you look at the past countdowns, we already know who the winner is.
Yeah.
Michael Myers rules Halloween, and he's a part of movies called Halloween for for sake. I mean, come on.
That's true. I also like how you stopped yourself from saying one cuss word to say a worse cuss word.
Switch to a worse one.
I was-
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we're doing great with this.
Yeah. Look, if you tell me I can't cuss, that I'm going to cuss more usually.
Kind of are the guys that do opposites of what we're told.
Yeah.
It took me forever
Kind of
to
our thing.
start listening and actually start doing what I'm told. Good thing for that I actually start listening.
Well, I mean, look back before Save the Planet, we were two lunatics running the asylum.
It's true. Very true.
Back in the day.
Long time ago.
Back in the day, like I brought up earlier today when we were talking about doing this episode, is
Oh,
back in the day when we had 12-minute episodes.
Lord, I still cringe every time I think about 12-minute episodes.
There's sitcoms on CBS that lasted longer than that episode.
It do be what it do be, though.
Yeah. But hey, if it wasn't for those days, we wouldn't be here doing what we're doing now.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know, I'm usually better at segues. I don't know how to segue into this.
Just do it.
This is not a well.
It's like
That wasn't a good setup to segue into Rush.
how can you segue into Rush
I have no
anyway?
idea. I was just racking my brain. I'm like, please shut up. Please shut up. Let me think of something. I got nothing. So Rush
And
announced
instead your brain went sailing away. There you go.
oh look at the fan. It's going round and 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 round.
Ooh, squirrel.
That's how it is.
Yeah.
That's how my brain works a lot, J Bob.
It happens.
Yeah, it's clapping. Well, anyways, Rush announced a tour. I don't know why I wanted to bring this up. I'm not a Rush fan, even though I just realized literally earlier, or forgot and then remembered that they did Tom Sawyer.
Yes.
I completely forgot who sang that song, and then when I saw it was in, I'm like, oh, I actually know them. I like them. They sound good.
They did Come Sail Away too.
I think I just want to talk about it because it's like the first tour they've had in over a decade, and they got a new drummer who is female. It's very interesting. Apparently, she's not bad.
Yeah. That's that. Nowadays, if you look at like Nina Strauss, there's a lot of women breaking out in the rock and metal world. That's just beating the hell out of some of these dudes with
No,
what they can do.
sure.
And like Nina Strauss is one of those that I listen to her play guitar and I'm like, holy shit. Yeah.
It's almost like we're all human. We just got different genders, and that's it.
Yeah.
Do it.
That's
Put your
like
mind.
a few years ago. A couple of years ago, I took Donna to see Disturbed and Plush, and I'd never listened to Plush ever. And Plush is a completely all female band, and them girls can tear it down.
Do you like baby metal?
Baby metal. Um,
Can't remember.
I wouldn't say that I sit down and be like, today is a baby metal day. No, I mean there can be some songs that'll come on and I'll be like, yeah, it's kind of catchy. But for the most part, those girls scared the living shit out of me.
Why?
I don't know, like they look like they should be in a Hello Kitty cartoon, but yet they throw down like they would give Rob Zombie nightmares.
Put their picture up, Future Keith, somewhere over right there. And if anybody looks at that image of them, just realize this man thinks they're scary.
I mean, yeah. It's like that. It's like it's the thing of like horror movies when you see this cute little adorable thing and it ends up turning into this monster that'll rip you apart. Yeah.
I guess I just can't get over things that are really cute because I guess I'm naive or something.
Yeah.
If something's
It's like
cute, I expect it to be cute.
it's like that meme that flies around every October where it shows the really hot, cute goth girl, and it says, don't fall for it. It's sacrifice season. you know.
Oh no. I was going to say
I could picture the baby metal girls sacrificing people. Yeah.
because at first I was like October, man, I see those all the time.
Yeah.
But then you said sacrifice season. Yeah.
Yeah. You never know when exactly sacrifice season is.
Scary.
I think that's their way of telling you, even though golf girls are hot, never trust it.
I also wanted to bring up that, like, if anybody was actually interested in seeing these guys tour, good luck. I'm not talking price wise. I'm talking travel. So you better like to travel. And they're only going to big cities too, obviously, because why would you go to small cities whenever you're Rush in a tour like this? But the smallest city, I think, is Cleveland or Fort Worth.
I mean, it's Rush.
I guess I just don't realize how big they are.
It's like the last tour Ozzy did. You know, when you're a band or a performer that popular and have been for that long, and you're getting older, you know, it's always a good idea to hit the big cities and kind of just chill. You know.
Am I just being like a total millennial and just not understanding how popular they were?
Yes,
Huh. All right.
because
Well,
Rush was very popular.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, that's why you still hear Rush songs in movies nowadays.
Can't wait for the comments on that one.
Everybody's gonna be like, Keith's a damn millennial.
I don't want to hear it, folks. I know what I did.
You're gonna hear it.
I know. But like I just never really, I guess, cared for them and never really wanted to listen to them. I almost picked up an album of theirs the other day, but I was like, do I really want to? No, I kind
Yeah,
of.
you should.
They made Tom Sawyer. I'm like, oh, okay. But now that I remembered one of their songs, maybe.
Yeah, maybe just look up a greatest hits playlist on Spotify and check them out, man.
That's all I need to do. Just get on Spotify and listen.
Yeah.
Which you can get
Yeah.
on Spotify right now and listen to The Grand Return, the first episode back in almost 2.5 years of J Bomb and Keith Save the Planet. It's like, work it,
Yeah.
let you work it. But yeah, that one to me is more.
Okay, this officially became worse now that we do this on video.
Thank you so much for listening in once again. Got one more thing I want to discuss here. Kind of a shorter episode this week. I think we earlier last week with the return, so
Yeah.
make it a little short this week.
Or yesterday if you talk to Keith.
Damn it. Or you made that mistake earlier too because you got confused.
That's because you started throwing numbers at me, man. I'm not a math guy.
I'm not the only stupid guy around here, sir.
That's why we make a podcast together.
That's why we make a good team. Yeah.
You put us together and we make it one intelligent person.
Your old brain cell.
Yeah, right.
So the thing I want to discuss, and this might not be a West Virginia problem, which is crazy because there's a lot of West Virginia problems. But, okay. And this will be a short discussion, so don't worry. It's just something I was thinking about driving to work. I was driving to work earlier, actually, and was listening to a radio show, and they brought up two doors again.
Two doors.
Do you remember the situation with two doors?
Are we talking about tutors?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
So back whenever he visited the state, President Barack Obama called Tudor's Biscuit World two doors.
Two doors.
And obviously that's not like the first person to get things wrong, how we pronounce stuff. First of all, it's even stupider on his part because it's not even spelled two doors. He's just whatever.
Oh, it's spelled like tutors.
Yeah. He just didn't know and tried to relate. But anyways.
Yeah.
I don't understand why we get so mad. And again, this may not be even a West Virginia problem. This might just be like a where you're from type issue. Why people get so mad at outsiders or people not from around there misspelling their freaking places.
Or mispronouncing them.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because you guys have one up there, and
I hope you
for me,
I've got it
do
wrote.
what?
I bet I know which place you're going to talk about. I could bet you $10 I know where you're going to mention.
You probably do because anybody from down here in Virginia that come up to West Virginia, it's the first thing that apparently we piss you guys off about
Yeah, and I don't understand
is
why.
when it's when we see a road sign for hurricane.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. It's hurricane.
It's hurricane.
It's not hurricane, it's hurricane. That's how we pronounce it down here or up here.
Yeah, which makes no sense. There is a e at the end of it, which would make it cane, but
And
you guys take that one seriously. Now, I will admit though, it is fun to say hurricane.
very true. It is fun to say hurricane.
It is more fun to say hurricane than hurricane.
But isn't it
But
weird that like we get what's the word? Nomenclatures? Is that the right word I'm thinking of?
I think so. Yeah, I
That
believe you're right. Yeah.
we get mad at those whenever someone mispronounces it. Isn't that just weird? Or is that just like
I mean,
I don't know.
I think it's a cultural thing depending on where you're at because down this way we have a place called Matoka.
Hmm.
And it's great that Matoka's not far from where I live, and me and Turtle was working that way one day, and we didn't know where we was going, so we put it in a GPS, and to hear the GPS pronounce it was great. Like we stopped calling it Matoka after that.
What did you call it?
And my boss looks at us like we're crazy every time we say it now. We'll be like, yeah, we got to go down to Matawaka. Matawaka's just fun to say. To hell with Matoka. Matawaka is where it's at.
Matawaka. That's so much better.
Matawaka.
I love Matawaka.
Yeah, right. I was
We
like, damn, the Google Maps has got this.
Right? We need more places called Matawaka.
Matawaka. It sounds almost Native American.
It really was. I mean, it makes sense for this area.
Yeah. I like Matawaka.
I do too.
Now, it is funny though. Like I grew up in a town called Tazewell, and according to GPS, it's Tazewell.
Huh.
But really, how it's spelled, it should be pronounced Tazewell. But down here, we're like, no, that's Tazewell.
But do you get as angry as people do up here whenever with hurricane?
I don't.
I
could see people that live in Tazewell and Tazewell originals and stuff probably get a little about it.
Yeah. I also had to because I like to overthink things way too much. That maybe it's like something that because West Virginia is definitely seen as like a poor state and like a lesser state to others. Maybe people might take it as like an insult if someone from outside calls it wrong name. It's definitely not. That's got to be like way overblowing it. But that was kind of like a short thought I had in there. You know what I'm saying? You know kind of where that came from?
Yeah. I get it. Yeah. But I mean, it's also a cultural thing. Like this wouldn't be like the same spelling or anything, but it's like you have some people that call it soda, and you got some people that call it pop.
Yeah.
And usually that's a cultural thing, or where you grew up, or like I remember being a kid, we always argued with my stepmom about that because my stepmom, in her first marriage, her husband was in the military, so she traveled to Germany and other countries, so she started calling it soda. So when she come back, she started talking about soda, and me and my sister's like, "What the fuck is soda?"
What?
And she pulls out a Pepsi, and we're like, "Oh, a pop, okay."
It's pop. What is this soda?
Yeah. What the fuck is soda?
So do you call it pop or do you call it soda still? Is it still pop?
It's still pop.
It's still pop.
Yeah, it's still pop.
I think here's the thing. I think it's okay whether you call it soda or whether you call it pop. I think it's okay.
Yeah.
Do not call it soda pop.
If you call it soda pop, this is the 1950s. You know,
Not call it soda pop.
I believe the 50s and 60s is when they called it soda pop.
I want to punch people that call it soda pop.
So you do hear a lot of elderly people still call it soda pop.
Actually, I don't want to punch people that call it soda pop. It's just one of those things. It's just weird that people get aggravated over mispronunciations.
Yeah, it's just like I said. It's just to me, it's a cultural thing.
Yeah. Like I said,
It's
the overthinker that I am thought, I wonder if that's some kind of interesting topic to bring up. But you're right. It's definitely more of a cultural thing. But man,
yeah, I do find it hilarious. I do find it hilarious how stuff y'all get about hurricane being called hurricane.
it just doesn't make sense though either. It's like you said, it's legitimately spelled hurricane.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
The only thing I can figure is people don't want to live in a city that's named after a natural disaster. So
But
they're like, let's change how it sounds.
we have a place called Tornado.
Do y'all pronounce it tornado?
Yes.
Okay. Let's say, is it called tornado or?
It was because at least there would be some kind of make sense. What's the word? Consistency. At least there'd be some kind of consistency in between. No, one's tornado and one's hurricane. Ugh.
Yeah. Take a trip past Point Pleasant and you'll get the tsunami.
Make a left and you'll make an earthquake.
Yeah. Yeah. Take a right at the Mothman and you'll get the blizzard.
Oh look, if you go up north, you'll get the meteorite.
Yeah.
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 Man, we really know how to kill a bit. Yeah. Woo! Still at it, boys. Killing bits.
Hey.
2019. Let's go.
Yep. 2.5 years later, we're still killing.
Oh yeah. Well, I think that was okay. I think that was good.
Yeah, I liked it.
I think it was a good show. For $5 a month, you get full access to every Save the After show that we've done from a few years back to now, including the brand new episodes that we do after each episode. Just like how it used to be. It's just the price is up, son. Some. For 30 more minutes, we just talk around off the cuff a little bit, structured a little better. We'll go over some of the stuff we talked about in the show and everything. And we just, shoot the for 30 minutes. But if you don't want to spend $5, totally understand money is tight. For just $1, you do get access to full uncensored episodes. That means hardly any cuts, a lot of bad words that we don't want to say anymore on the free versions because trying to make something out of this.
No, it's bad words you don't want to say.
All right, that's fair. But for $1 a month, you get access to that, and you get your name, whatever you want, whether it be your username or your real name, shouted out on the show. So that's just $1 a month. It's just a huge thank you to anybody that's supported us and kind of support us on Patreon. If you do not want the after show, which is totally understandable, $1 would be very much appreciated. And like I said, you get uncensored Save the Planet podcast here going forward. But if you just want to join free, there will be a free option. And it's basically just a singular hub where you can get the free versions of new Save the Planet, classic STP, and as well as OMO, which that leads me into this, my video game podcast, On My Own with Keith. Out now, episode 2 is out. Actually, by now, episode 3 is also out. Just look up On My Own with Keith, On My Own podcast on Spreaker. the central hub for all things Save the Planet podcast with Jack and Keith. Go to patreon.com/STPP with Jack and Keith. That's patreon.com/STPPW. Jack, letter N, Keith. More tiers will be added. We talked about one tier last week that was taken out of the shorter cut version, the free version of the show. That's actually in the extended cut, long, unedited, uncensored version. That was going to be about a t-shirt. I'm going to restructure it. Hopefully we'll have an exclusive t-shirt, but I want actual like t-shirts that anybody can get eventually, you know? I just got to find the right
Yeah.
place for that.
I want a t-shirt.
You need a t-shirt on now. You're in with a wife beater on or something that's black.
Yeah. It's late, damn it. I want to be comfortable.
I have a polo on. I'm
The
comfortable.
hell with that. I've been wearing one all day.
You just you know that.
Next time I'm going to go shirtless just to piss you off.
What you do, and you see if this show gets put on the free version.
Yeah, you want to see what's under this, you got to pay.
Not for $1 million, my good man. Not for $1 million.
Hey, maybe they'll start paying me to put it back on.
You know what? I'd give you $5 to keep it on.
You know my PayPal.
All right. I think I'm done for the night. We are going to go full force, regular Jack and Keith shenanigans from here on out. But thank you for putting up with the last 2 days, for sure. And things will get a lot easier from here. So take us out now.
Well, I know it was a shorter episode, but I think we're right at an hour, which is what we usually aim for anyway. So hope you enjoyed it. I hope you come back next week for the rest of my own Halloween countdown. See who wins according to me this year. But I'm sure we'll have all kinds of other fun things to talk about. And it's good to be back. And Keith, same to you. Thanks for putting up with me for the past 6 years. I know there's been some episodes where I was so drunk that I don't even remember the episodes. So yeah, we've both put up with some shit from each other, and we're gonna continue to put up with more. But thanks for listening. Hope you listen to us again next week. And be careful. Have a great week. Don't drink and drive. And as always, stay metal.
I love your faces.